on what Dennis was doing in Euro play, and what do you think of his performance today?
Obviously kept my eye on Dennis and what he was doing and stayed in contact with him. Was really happy for him because I know how much it meant to him and his country. For him not only to play well, but go ahead and win the championship and be the MVP of that tournament with so many great players in the tournament. So great accomplishment for him. I think that allows him to come here with even a little more confidence and really ready to take on this task and helping this basketball team improve this year.
With the additions and subtractions to your roster, what are just your overall thoughts of what you have?
I probably better answer that once we start practicing. I'd like to be able to work with everybody. But I like, again, we talked about Dennis, his addition, those 6 values and pillars. He really brings those things. Felt we needed that. I know coming into the job, just kind of looking at the team from afar, felt the point guard was an area of need. Dennis addresses that. We've talked a lot about our young guys. I really was impressed with our young players that we drafted, both Nick Clifford and Maxime Bernal this offseason. So now I'm really anxious to see how those guys transition to the real NBA now and how quickly they come along and develop. So excited to see that. Added Drew Eubanks as well to the backup center position. Love his athleticism. He's always been a tough player as I've watched him from around the league. And so we'll see how all these guys come together and how quickly they can come together.
Scott, to the previous question about kind of the summer being and challenging probably in some ways, how much did that hinder, if at all, like some of the things you wanted to do, and what are the goals you still have in front of you in terms of building this roster up?
Look, my job is to each and every day assess this team and try to figure out how to get better. Obviously, what I came into in terms of salary structure and everything, that was already in place. So really for me, it's going to be getting a chance to work with these guys and evaluate them and how they fit and how they live and practice and play by those 6 pillars that I want to do.
We got an update today about the finalization of your front office staff, and then of course Doug building his coaching staff, just from an overall view of the team that you've been able to put together in the basketball operations side. How confident and excited are you with that group?
Oh, I'm super excited. We've got a very diverse group, a lot of experience, so I'm really happy about it. First, to address the front office side of things, I just really like how we're working together. We're coming out of our kickoff meetings where we spent 3 days together, really getting organized and drilling down on what our processes are going to be, because this is really our first opportunity to do that as a whole. So I'm excited about that. And I'm really excited about the coaching staff as well, too. The coaching staff is really going to supplement and complement Doug Christie and what he does. Having a guy like Mike Woodson, who's been a long time head coach in this league, I think it's going to be invaluable to him on the sideline. Bobby Jackson has left here, had great experience. He was at Philadelphia. Obviously knows Doug as a teammate, brings a certain skill set as well. And then Mike Miller filling out the front of the bench, who I had the pleasure of working with in New York. He was our head G League coach, and then we hired him as our interim head coach, who did a phenomenal job. So that experience to help Doug, and what Doug brings naturally, his leadership, his ability to bring guys together, but they're bringing a wealth of experience in this league to help us be prepared for games and practices for the entire year.
Scott, you've been linked to a player over in Golden State for a number of weeks now.
Who's that?
I would say, though, I know you can't comment on the trade, but how finalized is this roster heading into camp, or are you still looking at making moves?
Look, as we sit here today, this is our team, and I'm excited about what we have going into this year. And again, my job each and every day is to listen, see what's happening out there. Can we get better? But I'm pleased going into training camp and really looking forward to the first practice tomorrow and start to work with these guys on this roster that we currently have.
Scott, what's B.J. Armstrong? What is his? I'm sorry, I got to shout, but B.J. Armstrong, what is his duties and activities surrounding this team?
No, B.J. is our assistant general manager, and B.J. brings a wealth of experience to this position. Obviously, I've known BJ a long time, but to have somebody working right beside me who obviously had a very successful playing career as a 3-time champion with the Chicago Bulls. He was a front office executive for 5 or 6 years in Chicago as well, and then a long-time agent. So he's been on every side of the business. So those experiences that he brings to the table and can share, and he has really assimilated himself extremely well with the entire front office group as well as the coaching group. So he's been a tremendous asset, and so happy to have him working beside him each and every day.
Scott, will there be anything beyond wins and losses? Will there be anything beyond wins and losses that you evaluate to see a product of success this year?
No, to me, I'm looking at, are we fighting every day? That's what, again, are we following those 6 pillars, and each and every night, are we laying it all on the line? If we're giving everything we have each and every night, whether it's practice, a game, then I can live with whatever the results are going to be. But I think it's extremely important, though, that we identify and establish this culture this year. It's all about that, because if you want to build a sustainable winner, you have to have a foundation. And our foundation has got to be rooted in how hard we play, how tough we are, and how we do this as a team and do this together. So that's what I'm really evaluating this year.
Scott, a couple of young guys, Keon and Keegan, are not signed beyond this season. Just where are you at with those guys in terms of your evaluation? How's communication been with those two?
Communication's been very good with those guys. Obviously, I'm not going to ever talk about any contractual stuff publicly like that, but enjoy working with both of those young men. Both of them are class young guys. I'm looking forward to the very first practice with them tomorrow. Obviously watched them from afar, met them through the pre-draft process back when I was in New York, but really excited about them and their futures, and we'll go from there.
Scott, you mentioned Doug a couple of times. What have you just learned about his love for the community, the organization? How does it feel to getting this opportunity from the
I can think of no better ambassador for this team and this community than Doug Christie. I was here 8 years ago, and Doug didn't have the microphones like you guys did, but he was doing television, and got to know him well, and just his love and understand his passion for this community. Having worked with him every day now for the past 6 months, you just see it, you feel it, you hear it in his voice, and he wants to bring, as I do, and everybody here in this building wants to bring a sustainable winner to this organization. He lived it. He was a big part of it, along with his teammates years ago, that made the Sacramento Kings one of the top teams in the league. So, and Doug, you got a guy that's committed to making that happen each and every day.
Can you say, when back to Keon and Keegan, just how you view their seasons and what will go into
Well,
the
no, I view their season. I view them to come out and play the very best basketball that they can. So, it's really that simple. And just display what they're capable of doing on a nightly basis, not only them, but everybody on this roster. Yep. But we're all good? All right, let's have a good one.
Thank you. Best of luck.
All right, thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Don't beat me up in the post. Exactly.